Oh, hello. In today's video, we're going to be talking, of course, about the Kill Team Into the Dark that was revealed during the skirmish preview today, which is Sunday the 10th. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why I think I might now know what comes next. That's coming at the end of the video. First, we're going to go through my reactions to what we've already seen today. So, first off, and perhaps most excitingly, I think, we got the Imperial Navy breaches. So we saw 3 models for these guys on the stream, plus, of course, the little cat, who is confirmed to be part of their little grouping. Now, let's get the thing out of the way. This is still, in my view, the ecclesiarchy symbol. The Imperial Navy symbol we can see on this guy's shield here. You can see that they are similar, but instead of having the skull in the centre for the ecclesiarchy and the 3 prongs on each side to make 6 prongs, the Navy symbol has this kind of crosshair thing in the middle and has far more little spikes sticking out. I admit that they're similar. I think Games Workshop have conflated the two. You can see that the leader of the Imperial Navy breach team has a skull with the 6 little prongs. It could be that they all have that symbol on their chest piece. Can't actually see the chest piece on the other guys. You can see here he's got the little corner of it. I think they might all have this ecclesiarchy type symbol. Maybe when we get the book, there's some reason why they've all got that symbol on their chest. Maybe they made an error. Maybe I've made an error and I don't understand the law as well as I think I do. So I am sorry about that. If Games Workshop have made a mistake, though, I forgive them because I really like these miniatures. I really like the Sergeant in particular. The one gripe I have about her miniature-wise is she's got a bolt pistol. And my understanding of Imperial Navy law is that the leaders are all supposed to have like high caliber but low velocity weapons like shotguns, so that they don't penetrate the hull and cause a hull breach. So I thought that Armsman was supposed to have like old-fashioned style, almost, well, not flintlocks, but flintlock-looking pistols with the kind of club grip that shot heavy projectile slug rounds. We've got a bolt pistol here. But, you know, apart from that one detail, I think the rest of the miniature is superb. I'm really looking forward to painting these up. They look really good. I really like this guy's shield, the way it looks like it's kind of derived from a bulkhead door. I think that's really cool. I do worry a little bit about them rules-wise, though. So, we're going to talk a little bit more about the setting and the season of Kill Team in a little bit later in the presentation. But essentially, for this year, we're going to see everything is set on this Space Hulk, which is called the Gallow Dark. And I worry, particularly with the Imperial Navy breaches, that they're going to be really cool in the setting of the Gallow Dark, but they're going to struggle when it comes to playing on Octarius terrain, playing on standard terrain. And I think that playing in the Gallow Dark is going to be cool, but I don't know. Maybe this is Games Workshop's intention. I don't know if it's going to totally replace the standard way of playing Kill Team as the main way people play. And I worry that they will have factored into their points too many things that are really good in the one mode of play and not so great in the other mode of play. I mean, just as simply as shotguns, typically have the range limitation, and it's not something that I would expect people to take necessarily a whole team mainly with shotguns for the full scale. I'm sure they'll be amazing on the Gallow Heart boards, the Space Hulk corridor type boards. I just worry that they're going to end up with too much of that costed into their rules. But I really love the miniatures. What can we tell? I mean, this one looks to be a pretty standard fellow with a shotgun. So, we've got a guy with a shield who we're going to be guessing is very similar to the bloodied guy with a shield. Little detail, his shotgun's got an extra barrel, so he's got a double-barreled shotgun. This guy's only got a single-barreled shotgun. I don't think it's supposed to be a triple-barreled shotgun. I think this bottom bit is just part of what holds the gun together. Likewise, I don't think this is supposed to be a double-barreled shotgun. It's got a single barrel, and then this is just what's holding the shotgun together. But whichever way you want to slice it, there's an extra barrel Okay, can I just say I really like the way this model is ejecting brass like in the middle of them. That's really cool. That is really cool. I really do like the miniatures. I think they're amazing. They are different to the ones that came out with the Rogue Trader, so I was wrong that they're not actually seamlessly going to... They're similar, but they don't seamlessly match up with those Rogue Trader armsmen. But I really like them. They're really cool. They really sell the setting of the Space Hulk and what it is. I kind of hope... On the one hand, I really like her head. But on the other hand, I kind of hope that she's got a different arm and you can run them all helmeted. Just because you'd think an Imperial Navy breaching team would be... Like, I know in 40k in general it's a bit of a meme, you take off your helmet, but you'd think if they were worried about the atmospheric integrity of the ship, perhaps because they're blasting bolt pistols around in it, they'd be one of the last teams to take off their helmets. I don't know. I don't know why I suddenly care about this stuff, I don't, but it just occurred to me then, like, maybe they want to not take their helmets off because they might suffer explosive decompression. Yeah. Obviously, I can't really speculate too much about the rules. They look like they're going to have a 4-up save, don't they? They look like they're going to have shotguns. She's got a power sword, probably, and a bolt pistol. Maybe she's got options to take a plasma pistol, which will be good. These, though, and we'll talk more about this later, they look like they are more... I know we've been using the word bespoke, but these look like these are miniatures designed for Kill Team, primarily. So, therefore, they may not have useless options, as it were. So, because you get the shotgun guy, you may be forced to take a couple of shotgun guys. It may not be the old paradigm where you can make the entire box as 10 guys with shotguns and you have optional specialists. These may actually be purely for Kill Team, and so you may not have those kind of red herring options that are in the box because they're what you'd want for 40k. Because I don't think these are going to get rules for 40k. We'll come on to that again in a minute, but I think much like the Bloodied, these are not inherently going to get rules for 40k. But I really like the models, a bit apprehensive about what their rules are going to be like. But I'm really looking forward to more reveals on these, please, Games Workshop. And I look forward to building and painting my own. Right, we've also seen Croot again. So, you know, people laughed. I didn't make a video on it because even I wasn't 100% sure, but I had been here. And those of you that are in the live streams will know, in the last live stream I did say it was going to be Navy versus Croot based on some rumours that I'd heard. I'd heard Navy from precisely one person. I'm going to mention that a bit more at the end when I talk about rumours and speculation, because that same source has given me some other hints about what's coming in the future. I'd heard Croot from a couple of people. I was kind of amused by how dismissive people were being about the idea that it could be Croot. It seemed pretty obvious to me because they really need a new plastic box for 40k. I think that's what we've got here. We've got a new plastic box for 40k. I think we're going to see the familiar Kill Team setup, where even for the things that are new, you see kind of the 40k box as it would be, with an extra short frame that'll have things on it like this bow, right? Because he's going to be a Kill Team specialist, and I reckon there'll be parts in the box to equip him instead with a regular Croot hunting rifle. I really like that they've included the plastic Croot hounds. I did say in the live stream that I thought they needed to do that. I think the Crootox is probably gone from Kill Team. Partially because these are coming in a box for Space Hulk, and I think a Crootox in Space Hulk would be really stupid. So they've not put the Crootox in the box, and it's just like how some of the other bespoke teams have lost some of the options for the compendium. I think you're going to have to say bye-bye to the Crootox. Hopefully the other things that you will get make up for that. On the stream, Adam Troke did say, he did allude to another specialist they'd be getting, which is some kind of Croot gunslinger with 2 pistols, which again sounds pretty cool. We've seen that gunslinger idea before when it comes to the Dark Eldar Corsairs. They've got a gunslinger, and the Genestealer Cultists have a gunslinger. So another kind of double pistol gunslinger option is a great idea. It'll be really interesting to see how the Croot's sort of stealthy nature and that. I mean, I made a whole video about this on how they have a lot of design space that is underexplored. Be really interesting to see how those rules evolve and how the Croot rules evolve. I'm really looking forward to seeing their rules. The models, Croot aren't usually my favourite thing, but I actually quite like these. They have something going for them. Mrs. Tabletop Impulse doesn't particularly like them, so they will be sitting in my collection, and I'll probably get around to building and painting them at some point. They don't leap out to me as one of my favourite things, but I quite like them. I'm more drawn towards the Imperial Navy guys, but I quite like the Croot. The Gallow Dark. So the Gallow Dark is the name of the Space Hulk that this whole season, this whole year of Kill Team, is going to be set on this Space Hulk. So they gave us a couple of quotes from the article they posted up. I'll read some of these to you now. It says, "As you would expect from the innards of a giant spaceship, full of gloomy corridors, eerie flashing lights, and inviting vents, the terrain you'll be fighting over is a little different from previous Kill Team boxes. This set lets you create maze-like boards full of narrow lines of sight with sturdy doors to breach. What's more, every box in the upcoming season of Kill Team is thematically linked. Exploring the setting of the Gallow Dark further, you can grow your terrain collection throughout the releases, building up an incredible modular Kill Team board along the way. This isn't a new edition of the game. All your existing kill teams can work seamlessly, so you'll be able to command a raiding party of Orc Commandos or go hunting for relics with a Void-Scarred Corsair team, and who knows what else in the future." And then I've just put in there, because it was called out in the stream, we're going to get plastic floor. At least potentially. So, people who were fearful that we were going to get something like Arena, Rogue Trader or Piranha Nexus can rest easy, we're obviously getting something that's quite close to the Zone Mortalis stuff for Necromunda. I don't know whether they're going to give us the Zone Mortalis tiles in the set. Those are big 1x1 tiles. I could see them giving us much smaller little tiles, and perhaps each box is going to come with a recommended way to build up your tile, and the idea is that if you collect all 4 boxes, you'll then have, like, for example, say it's 2 tiles per box, so then you end up with like 8 tiles to take 2 from in any combination to build your board. Who knows? Who knows how they're going to do it? Maybe the footprint of a Kill Team game is going to change. Hopefully it doesn't get too much bigger. If they do decide to use full-size Zone Mortalis tiles, I could see Kill Team in this setting potentially going to like a 2x1 size. It's only a little bit bigger. But it'd be really interesting to get the detail on this and see exactly how it's going to happen. It's going to be almost like a part work, right? Where you're building up your tiles. It'd be interesting to see how modular they are. So will you have to glue the walls and stuff down onto the tiles? And then the modularity comes from using different tiles and mixing them around? Or will all the terrain and all the tiles all be totally modular together? Maybe only the starter box will come with the plastic floor, and it's like a full-size plastic floor, and all the other bits in the follow-on boxes will like clip down to it and be removable and modular in that way. Because, like Octarius, it could be that the first box in the season has 2 brand new teams, has more bespoke terrain, that sort of thing. Please apologise. Apologise to the people in my road who feel the need to honk their horns. Anyway, so maybe that's where we're going with this. I don't know. I'm really excited to find out exactly where we are going with it, though. And now we're going to move on to the bit that everybody's interested in, the rumours and speculation. So I had been told by a source, who now seems very reliable, that the box was going to be Imperial Navy versus Croot. Now, I'd heard Croot from a couple of other places. I'd seen other people hinting Croot online. I did mention this in a live stream video, those of you who drop into the live streams, but I didn't feel brave enough to make a full video based on the say-so of one guy that it was going to be Imperial Navy versus Croot. However, he now seems, or she, I don't actually know, but that source now seems totally vindicated. Okay, it was Imperial Navy versus Croot, and that same source told me 2 more things. So I'm first going to relay the 2 things I have from that source, and then the extra bits of speculation I'm layering on top of that. That same source said to me that the remaining boxes this year will be one team that's just Kill Team, and another with an upgrade sprue that can be used for big 40k. Okay? So we're moving away from the paradigm that we had, where one team was brand new and one team was kind of a recycled team, but both were usable in 40k, and we're moving towards a paradigm where one team is going to be something totally bespoke for Kill Team and the other will be usable in 40k. But I don't think we can really... I don't know if we expect any more recycled old models at all, to be honest with you. And the reason I say that is because obviously this first box, the Croot, are obviously going to be for 40k, but also they're all new models. Now you could say, well, this is the first box of the set of 4, and much like Octarius, that had 2 all-new teams, we're going to go into 1 new team and 1 recycled team. But we know that the Kazakin are coming, because the Kazakin are clearly on the Gallow Dark bases. So we know the Kazakin are coming, and they're going to be new to plastic kits. They're obviously going to be usable in 40k. And I've heard that the next box is going to contain Beastmen. Now this isn't as mad as it sounds, because of course there have been 40k Beastmen in the Blackstone Fortress game. Only the 2 sculpts. I've pictured them up here for you. You got 2 copies of each in the Blackstone Fortress box, and you could put different heads on different bodies to make them all look individual. So it could be that we're getting a Beastman versus Kazakin box as our second set of this Into the Dark season, right? And therefore we can expect 2 more boxes after that. Each one would include something useful in 40k and something unique to Kill Team. Now let's think about... So that's the end of what I've been told. By this source, I've been told those 2 things. That we're getting Beastmen, and that each box is going to contain something only for Kill Team and something that's useful in 40k. So if I layer on my own speculation on top of that, what's happening with the Leagues of Votan? Okay, so we've seen them, and a lot of people have said they look like a perfect Kill Team, but crucially, they've not been pictured on these Gallow Dark bases in their glamour shots that we've now seen. So they could be coming as a White Dwarf team. However, they were pictured in a video when they launched. They were shown off in a video where they were very much looked like they were on a Space Hulk. So I feel that the Leagues of Votan have to show up at some point, right? I also feel like Tyranids have to show up at some point. And we keep getting these rumours about 40k 10th edition and Tyranids being the big opposing force in 40k 10th edition, in the same way Necrons were the big opposing force this edition and Plague Marines were the big opposing force in the previous edition. So whether they would do a Kill Team set that was that classic Space Hulk matchup of like the Terminators, which would be like aggressors but with the classic like chain fist and Stormbolter type loadout, right? Versus Gene Stealers. Whether they do a set like that, but then that goes against the paradigm of having a set where one of the 2 things in the set is just for Kill Team. So I'm not sure. But those are the things in my mind. We got the Beastmen and the Kazakin. They could easily be the next box, right? Then we've got 2 more boxes. The Votan are going to be in there somewhere. And I kind of expect Tyranids in there somewhere. And perhaps these new Space Marine Terminator type things in there somewhere. But I also think we're going to get 4 White Dwarf teams this year. Because I think we're going to get 4 White Dwarf teams every year. You know, because we got 4 for this year, right? We got the Thousand Suns, the Harlequins, the Adeptus Mechanicus, and the Gene Stealer Cult, right? So we've got Talons of the Emperor, Grey Knights, Demons, Death Guard, Commorites, Necrons, and Tyranids, as of yet missing anything for Kill Team. Now, they don't have to get something, right? Because obviously if Kazakin are getting in the next box alongside Beastman, that doesn't cross any of those things off that list. But in my mind, I'm thinking all the time, well, they all need things. If we say that Tyranids are close enough to the Into the Dark kind of setting that they seem likely to get a set in one of these upcoming boxes. That leaves Demons, Death Guard, Grey Knights, Talons, Comorites, Necrons. Demons could get something in an upcoming box as well, just because we know that they tend to tie in the Kill Team releases with what's going on in 40k. And Demons must be getting a codex soon. Obviously, we know Leagues are coming. We know the Imperial Guard are coming. Demons have got to come out as well. They're one of the last codexes left to do. Right? So maybe that means that like Dark Eldar, Death Guard, Necrons, Talons of the Emperor or Grey Knights, they sound like they could be White Dwarf teams. Then again, the Leagues of Votann could be a White Dwarf team. They could get a brand new kit with their 40k release, followed up by a release in White Dwarf. So we don't know. That's really all the speculation I have for you on that. That's where I'm thinking at the moment. If I get any more information, or I think of anything else, I will of course let you know. So to finish off, I am really looking forward to this set. Most of all, I'm looking forward to the terrain. I'm looking forward to getting some more details on how it's all going to work, on how different the close confines version is compared to the normal kind of open air version of Kill Team. I'm really looking forward to finding out. Ironic, you know, it's not really, well, Games Workshop in the sense of Warhammer World. I want to find out how the community goes with this. Are we actually going to see, for example, is the next Warhammer World event going to be all set on a Space Hulk? Is that what they're going to expect people to do? And then separately to that, is that what people are going to want to do? Is everybody going to jump into this with 2 feet and adopt this new way of playing? We don't know. It depends on how good the rules are, and it depends on how good the terrain is. But I think the terrain's probably going to be awesome. I think that's going to inspire a lot of people to give it a go, and then if it plays well, maybe that is all anyone ever plays for this year. And then next year they do something totally different again. Who knows? As you can probably still hear, I'm still suffering a little bit with COVID. I'm feeling a bit better today than compared to the last time I made a video. I thank you for all those people that left me a comment saying, oh, I hope you get well soon, etc. It really is appreciated. Your good wishes are really appreciated. Thank you so much. Still no face today because I still look a state with having been ill and napping in the middle of the day and things like that. But thank you for your concern. Probably not going to have any live streams this week, but we will see. Maybe by Thursday I'll be feeling a bit better. I don't know. A live stream's kind of a horrible thing to do when you're feeling unwell, because you've got to sustain a certain kind of level of energy for 3 hours. Yeah, that's really all from me today. If you enjoyed the video, then if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It's really good to see that even though I've been unwell and I've not been able to get content out as much as I would like to, the subscribers have still been ticking up on a reasonably regular basis. We've now broken 600, so we're getting to the 1,000 mark, which is really, really cool. You know, thank you for that. If you want to buy anything, use the Element Games link that's down in the comments as well. That really helps me out as well. All right, thanks guys. Cheerio. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you've enjoyed all the reveals today on the Games Workshop reveals stream.